The vast majority of new business opportunities are not well suited for seeking either angel investing or venture capital funding. I mean, it would be nice if everyone came up with an idea that had good potential of generating $10 to $100 million annually in 10 years. But let's get real. Most of us only need to raise $5,000 to $25,000. With that money, we can create a good business. We may never be millionaires, but our new business may have the potential to generate a comfortable living without a time clock and doing something we're passionate about. Let's say you've bootstrapped your business idea. You've exhausted your personal funds. You've maxed out your credit card. Your family and friends gave you money, but now they're getting discouraged. They're worried because your business idea doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and it looks like their investment may be a total loss. Now you're really under the gun. Somehow you've got to get outside business capital. Where do you go? One potential source is crowdfunding. Your strategy in raising money through crowdfunding is very different compared to trying to raise money through traditional funding sources. With crowdfunding, you're essentially pre-selling your product or services to either existing or future customers. What you're trying to do is to get them to pledge a certain amount of money in order to gain a special reward in the future. In most cases, this reward is your product or service with an added enticement such as a discounted price or a special prize. Some rewards may not be your product or service. An example of this are rewards offering a lunch or dinner with a famous director or an actor if the pitch is for raising capital to fund a movie. So how does it work? Crowdfunding uses a web page that describes how your product or service will benefit the viewer. You sell them on investing in your idea by showing them video pitches, pictures, and written narratives. A tier of special rewards that are based on the amount pledged are also included on this page. In addition, your crowdfunding goal and how close you are to achieving it are also listed. Most entrepreneurs use crowdfunding service websites to pitch their product or service to the public. In most cases, these websites will monitor the pledges and only collect and release the funding once a defined funding goal is reached. On average, they will charge the entrepreneur a service fee of about 5%. In addition, they'll deduct financial transaction fees, such as PayPal fees. These fees usually range between 3 to 5%. As a result, it's important to consider these fees when you're determining your funding goal. Most successful crowdfunding campaigns also heavily depend on social networking in order to drive viewers to the web page to view their pitch. It is important to create and sustain a high level of buzz during your campaign to raise money. Another option to raise money through crowdfunding is to utilize your own website. This requires that your website has a user-friendly web page for promoting your pitch and for processing pledge efforts. This option is best suited for a company with a sizable fan base that believes in the brand, the company, and the project. So now that you understand the basics of crowdfunding, let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages before you attempt to use it to raise capital. The biggest advantage of crowdfunding is that you don't give up any equity in order to obtain money. You are also not required to write and submit detailed business plans and financial statements. Another advantage is that you have full control of how you use the money that is raised. Another advantage of crowdfunding is that it substantiates that you have a substantial market for your product or service before it's even created. There is nothing better than having pre-sold customers. Better yet, they view themselves as being investors with a stake in your company. This causes them to be much more motivated to promote your project to friends and family. And the icing on the cake is that if you end up exceeding their expectations, they'll probably be repeat customers for a very long time. There are some serious disadvantages to crowdfunding that you need to strongly consider before using this approach to raising capital. One important consideration is that your crowdfunding pitch becomes public domain. As a result, you should not use crowdfunding unless you have good patent or trademark protection. Otherwise, you can open yourself up to others, either copying your idea or creating a new and improved versions of it. The list of crowdfunding negatives does not end there. Another potential negative is that your financing can be in limbo for years if you fail to reach your financing goals. This can be a result of your placing your financing goal too high. Keep in mind that crowdfunding services allow you to raise more than your stated goal. However, most services will not collect or release funds until the funding goal has been achieved. Another negative aspect of crowdfunding can occur if your pitch flops and you end up having very few backers. If this happens, it will probably make raising capital from traditional funding sources nearly impossible. Angel investors will view a flop as proof that there isn't a market for your product or service. The problem is that with crowdfunding, the selling bar is set much higher than traditional sales pitches. That's because a viewer has to wait months or maybe years before they get delivery of their special reward. In addition, they have to be convinced that you're capable of successfully launching your company. There are crowdfunding service websites that blend the features of traditional crowdfunding with angel investment. An example of this is MicroVentures. This website is for companies seeking between $1 to $500,000. Once MicroVentures determines that your company is suitable for listing on their platform, they will list your opportunity on their website for thousands of investors to view and invest. Investors can invest as little as $1,000 or up to $30,000. MicroVentures only releases capital if you reach your funding goal. A 10% commission is collected by Microsystems from the proceeds. Please keep in mind that crowdfunding is just one way to raise seed capital. I urge you to check out NewBusinessCreator.com to explore your other options. This website will provide you with a wealth of information and tools. If you can't obtain working capital and you're looking for outside-the-box business solutions, NewBusinessTrade.com may be your perfect solution. This listing site brings entrepreneurs together with people or businesses that can provide research and development, services, materials, equipment, finished products, skilled workers, office space, retail space, warehouse space, or marketing. In return, these entrepreneurs will give equity, future royalties, or a percentage of sales in their business. What you're willing to trade for someone's participation in your business is really up to you. What is offered in your listing is only limited by your imagination. So why not give it a try? Go and check out your options for getting what you need at NewBusinessTrade.com.